What's going on, guys? Vinci here, back with another video, and today we are playing Borderlands 3, and in this video I will be showing you how to get and to showcase a rare unique shotgun known as Fingerbiter. Fingerbiter is a Jacob's shotgun that is a quest reward from the quest On the Blood Path, which can be found in the Anvil on Eden 6. At the end of the quest you will have two options. One will reward you with a shield and the other will reward you with Fingerbiter. I've only done the quest once, so I don't really know what the shield is, but if you're looking to get the shotgun, when you have the option to open the door, do exactly that. You will then have to kill a named character along with some bandits. Afterward, you will be rewarded with the shotgun. I'm now going to jump into some footage showcasing the gun and what it is capable of, followed by some details on what makes this thing so good. Enjoy.
Distract them.
Need a reload!
There's blood everywhere.
Holy house goes for Troy! Feel the holy fire! Wait for it! I'm gonna live forever! Not entertained?
The bloodshed. The chaos.
You pustulant ass crack! Glory! Soulless car!
You are forgotten.
Embraces me!
Personal go now?
Another reload!
Bother to remember.
Kinda terrible!
You there. How will your last breaths go? Ready to pounce. Shadows. Is not the final gate.
Die, Fingerbiter.
You there. Stay away!
Alright, so now that we've seen what this thing is capable of, I'm going to try and explain like what exactly it is that makes this thing as good as it is. So first off, we're going to go ahead and look at the weapon and its stats and all of that. So we've got 63 times 14 damage, which on shotguns, the multiplied number that comes after the initial damage is the amount of pellets shot. So basically, this thing fires 14 different pellets spread out, doing 63 damage apiece. What makes this really awesome is the fact that it's a Jacobs, and because of that, Jacobs weapons have the bonus ability at the bottom. You can see critical hits ricochet one bullet at a nearest enemy. So basically, I can basically crit with this thing with about 14 times per shot because there's 14 different pellets, and I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. I didn't really do a whole lot of testing on it, but if it's possible, that means that each pellet could potentially ricochet and hit 14 targets if all 14 pellets were to hit the critical spot of an enemy. I do want to believe that this is the case simply because of the fact that like just playing around with it does seem as if that's the case. Although another thing that helps this thing is that it also has ricocheting bullets, so even after I go ahead and sit in front of a guy and shoot him real close, those shots are going to ricochet and hit anyone else around as well. It's possible for them to miss, of course, but still. Another thing that makes this thing as good as it is the fact that it's a hard-hitting shotgun that only consumes one round and only has one round in the magazine, but that's not really an issue, especially when you're using flak, because there's a lot of builds or a lot of skills and stuff like that that work really well with hitting crits and hitting just consecutive amount of weak spots on enemies, and regenerating ammo is one of the things that you can do if you spec into the right skill tree. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go over here to the skill tree. The only point I haven't put into the orange skill tree is one over here into Furious Attack. But other than that, every one of my other points are here. Primarily due to the fact that it's based on hitting crits or getting hunter kill skills and stuff like that, and all that adding up to be a bunch of different things that add up to be a hell of a lot more damage. And Jacob's weapons, like I said, work really well with crits because they have that ricocheting round. So this gun works perfectly with flak. So one of the things that really helps with this this weapon and this build is leave no trace here. Basically, when flak scores a critical, there is a chance for one ammo to be added back to the magazine, and because this shotgun only has one round, it basically just refills itself. You never have to reload if it continues to proc. This is boosted by my what do you call it there? My class mod. It does add another point to it, so basically it would be 36% chance without this, but this bumps it up to 48. This also actually happens to have plus 24% Jacob's weapons critical damage, so doing even more damage than possible on top of an already insane amount of damage. Let's see what other skills help out here. Flak deals increased critical damage. And this one here is another perfect thing to help with this. I usually don't even have to aim at an enemy's weak spot thanks to the skill. And this one I am 100% sure activates per pellet, not necessarily just per shot. So this skill here, Megavore, which requires at least 25 points into the skill tree before you can unlock it, it gives a chance to score a critical hit no matter where you hit an enemy with a shot. So it's only a 20% chance. You can't boost that unless maybe there's a class mod that adds an additional point, but I kind of doubt it. But 20% is high enough for sure due to the fact that it's 14 pellets. So to try and give a brief explanation on this, each one of those pellets takes advantage of that 20% chance. So 14 pellets, basically a 20% chance of getting a crit on a spot that isn't a weak spot. Is basically 1 in every 5 shots you take. That's the average. So with it being 14 pellets, you're going to at least, there's a majority of the time you're going to at least hit at least 3 crits on an enemy's non-weak spot. So anywhere on the enemy, 3 out of those 14 pellets are probably going to crit. And because of that, if I hit a crit, that ammo's coming right back to my mag anyway. So most of the time, obviously, it's not a guarantee. sometimes you will still have to reload. But with it being nearly 50%, you know, it's going to happen a majority of the time, which works out extremely well. But yeah, the gun's base damage is already strong as it is. As you can see, once I go into sorry about this. Once you go into fadeaway, pretty much all of your shots are your first 3 shots while in fadeaway, which will then take you out of it, are guaranteed to be crits as well. So that's an insane amount of damage, guaranteed crits. You're never gonna have to reload on those 3 shots. On top of that, you're also doing an additional 200% critical hit damage while in fadeaway. So it's just all of this stuff stacks up and adds up to be insane with this thing. And this is like the perfect build for it. Use it with Fl4k, use it with this skill tree, and you will just have, as you can see, a great time with this gun. It almost seems overpowered. I'm actually very curious to continue progressing in the game, get to endgame max level, and hopefully get this gun again at level 50, which would be absolutely insane and awesome. I would very much like for that to happen. Hopefully I can get that to happen. Hopefully I can get one at level 50, and hopefully it'll still be as effective as it is in normal gameplay, because that would be obviously insane. Just wanted to show this off. Really easy to get once you, I mean, you obviously have to progress through the story until you get to Eden 6. Yeah, there is the iron-wheeled Fingerbiter shotgun. Definitely don't miss out on it, especially if you're playing as Fl4k. Hopefully this video helped you guys out and found yourself a really fun build to use. Hopefully this thing lasts for quite a while. I'm level 29 now, it's level 26. Hopefully it'll still keep kicking ass like it has as I progress a little further. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I helped you out, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.